game in this team and just the fight.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those games, that really nothing happens offensively. They pitched super well. Cease was awesome. He was very difficult. You know why he's having such a great year. And we're down to our last hitter and our last out, and the wind's blowing in, and Alex gets one out. Incredible. So that was the big swing, and then from then it's the extra inning madness. It's the craziness of extra innings.
As far as that last play, we always know that Pete has a green light, but is there an open and closed door on?
Yeah, I mean, that was a talked about guy we wanted to target, so he was well aware of that. Yeah.
For Bregman, the big home run today, but he also lately just offensively, things have really started to click for him.
Yeah, I mean, he took some good swings today. I mean, he hit a ball to the wall, had another base hit. So, he was probably the guy that took the best swings today off Cease. We didn't get many good swings off him. But that's a huge hit. I mean, that means everything. So that's one that takes an L off the board and gets you a W.
Craig, is there a championship mentality that builds during a season 14? Is there something to be said for depending on good play?
No, I mean, let's just play good baseball, and worry about that day to day. I mean, you're going to get tested during the course of a season. You're going to have games where you got to come back. You got to beat the best pitchers in the game. You run through you got a man on third, nobody out, and looks dire. So you're going to get tested with all those situations during a season. Like that builds it for every team. Every team gets that built. And certainly we got tested just against some great teams this homestand, some really good players. We faced Fried, Cole, Skubal, Cease. That's a pretty good gauntlet of pitchers we just faced.
What would you say about your pitchers, the fact that a game like this, they're keeping you in it and give you that chance late and then hold it?
Yeah, so David kind of hung in there. We had a bunch of base runners, but he hung in there and made big pitches, got some double play balls to keep it at 1, and then we got six really good innings from our bullpen. I'd say particularly proud of Caleb, kind of coming back after a tough day yesterday and delivering a really good inning. Savali hasn't pitched in a while. Gave us 3 innings. We were short with some guys we're not going to pitch today. So those guys, we did a heck of a job out of the bullpen. Six innings, 1 run. You'll take that every single day.
What sort of weapon is Pete's base running ability? What kind of pressure does that put on the other team?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's why we're talking about Pete so much, is because it's every facet of the game he can do it in, and that's just so rare. That's so rare in the game. But it's for situations like that when you have somebody maybe you think you can get a base on, but it's also that it's the biggest situation. It's the bottom of the 11th inning, so it's not just a nothing base. You know what I mean? It's not just a base in the 3rd inning. It's a big base. It's a huge base, and put some pressure on the defense, and they made a mistake.
Can you explain again when I asked you about you were waiting that catcher could be run on? Was that basically?
You're running on the pitcher for the most part. Yeah.
I think that Carson won it.
Yeah, I mean they made 2 incredible defensive plays, which you kind of expect, but they made 2 great plays. Clement made a great throw. Clement made a great catch. Straw made a heck of a throw. Hats off to them. It's good baseball.
David, you have some traffic, but you work through it, and how you describe how tough out there and what you need to get around.
Yeah, great team win. I didn't feel my sharpest today, but I felt like, we had a good game plan in place, and if I could execute some pitches, we could get them out. So, yeah, I think it's just, it's one of those days where you find what you have and you go with it. And, defense had my back, and the offense, they battled all day and kept us in the game, and they were able to finally break through.
Do teams evolve? I mean, you have a bunch of great players, but do they evolve into winning teams when you see so many little things, details that add up to wins like today?
Yeah, I mean, I think, winning teams, I think, take shape in a lot of different forms. I've been on teams where we won 103 games in the regular season and, got knocked out in the wild card. And I've been on teams where we had one of the worst records in the MLB the first 2 months and able to, end up making it to the NLCS. And, this group has a lot of talent, great team on paper, but I think it's what the guys bring every single day. It's the work ethic, it's the competitiveness, it's the will to win. And I think it's the confidence in the group. We get down early, and there's no panic, there's no pressure. We stick to our approach and know that we can fight our way out of it. And so, I think it's a special group to be a part of. And, you have to find a lot of different ways in 162 games plus to win games. And so, we found a way to win today.
How would you describe someone who could make an impact in every facet of the game like Pete?
Yeah, I mean, he's unbelievable. It's fun to watch him every day. It's fun to play with him again. And, I think you look up and down the lineup, he's obviously had an amazing year so far, and I see him keeping that up. But it's one of those ways to find a way to win games. It can be someone different every single night. And we've seen that. I've seen that in my time here. And so, I mean, he, from the leadoff spot, center field, he leads the charge. And, it's being on the other side part of this year and now coming over here, it's a tough lineup to face. And it's always going to be a battle, and they're not going to give in. So, I think he's in a great spot in the leadoff and gets it going, and it just, it's infectious for the rest of the lineup.
Trading for you has started that ascension of a lot of good ball players coming here and now being a part of this. How did you look at the trading deadline and the additions of all these good players?
Yeah, I mean, I think the front office went and did what they thought what we needed. And they got some really good players. And, there's a couple guys from my former team that are here now, and two of the best guys that I could have asked for from over there to come over. Clay, absolute workhorse, brings it every single day, gives you what he's got. Same thing with Tyrone, amazing defense. He can impact a game in any facet, whether it's at the plate, defense, base running, all of it. And you get a guy like Gosman who's at the top of his staff, a guy that just continues to go out and post. Zephyr John, who's had a really good year. I was able to see him when we played the Angels. And, I think it's, having the group that we had before the deadline and then being able to see the work that we did to make it even better it's exciting.
What sticks out to you during this stretch in particular, with the teams that you played, how Wrigley is, just, what you guys are doing, now that you're a part of this team, like what stands out to you about all of that? Really?
Yeah, but I think it shows, that we can go up against anybody. We have what it takes to beat anybody in this league. And, I think for us, it's just continuing to bring it every single day. It doesn't matter who we're playing. My college coach always used to say nameless and faceless. And I think that's one of the easiest way to approach. You got the other team on the other side, but doesn't matter who you're playing, you got to find a way to win. And so I think that's, kind of goes back to what I said earlier, but it's just this group has a way of doing what we need to do to find a way to win ball games, and it's special.
David, there's a lot of talk about a disengagement violation in the first inning. Just what was in your mind then?
Yeah, I messed up. That's on me, and I felt like from what I saw, I had him in a spot to get him out there. Not the smartest play on my play. I think, we have a better chance at getting him with a good throw, but yeah, that's completely on me and a mistake that we can't have. So, something to clean up, and glad the guys had my back today.
Alex, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, 2 strikes. What's your thought process going up to the plate there?
Tie the game, but just trying to put a good swing on a good pitch to hit, and obviously facing one of the better relievers in baseball, so just kind of battle and compete.
As a younger player, would you be thinking just make contact now at this part of your career? It's like, I'm going to see if I need a pitch to hit on.
No, I feel like every at bat, you're looking for a pitch that you can do damage on, and was fortunate enough to sneak that one out.
Craig made mention of the wind blowing and how much just with the previous at-bats you had were pretty solid, and that factor, did it feel nice?
Yeah, I thought the one before it, on a better day, could have been a homer, but felt really good. Just hit that one a little bit lower and a little bit harder.
You've been a world champion numerous times. As seasons evolve, do championship teams and championship mentality, does that develop?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like good teams find ways to win ball games against tough. We faced some of the best pitching in the world this homestand, and I felt like our pitchers went toe to toe with them, and our offense put together good at bats. Sometimes you got to win the 3-2 games, and sometimes you can win with scoring a bunch of runs. But I felt like this homestand we played good ball, just team ball all around in all the phases of the game.
How nice was it that Cease was out of the game, but you guys couldn't come back?
Say again?
Nice to have Cease out of the game so you guys can come back.
Yeah, I feel like obviously he's tough. He's got a bunch of good pitches, and felt like we didn't really do much early in the game off of him. So fortunate enough to score a few there at the end.
Barlon three straight curveballs there for a guy that throws 100. That seems maybe unusual, but were you expecting anything?
Well, I think he's got one of the best curveballs in the game. So sometimes, and I don't think maybe more recently I've been hitting him, but early in the year maybe curveball might be a good pitch to me. I don't know. I haven't checked recently, but I don't know. I feel like normally the best pitchers throw their best stuff, and he's nasty. He's got a bunch of different pitches that are really good. So in that spot, kind of on the fastball, obviously you got to respect 100, but keeping in mind that he does throw a lot of curveballs. They're really hard. They're like 90.
What sort of weapon is his Pete's base running ability? What does that do to the defense?
No, it's game changing. You walk him, it's a double. He can steal third. He can score from first. He does it in every area of the game. It's special.
Craig mentioned facing like the best pitching in the world basically during this homestand. What is it about his lineup that makes you guys so successful even against this?
Well, I think it's controlling the strike zone, not chasing, swinging at good pitches to hit. I feel like there's not a ton of punch in our lineup, so being able to continue to kind of grind out at bats and make it challenging. I feel like our lineup also has guys that cover a bunch of various number of pitch types, and so sometimes you go through a game and a guy's got a really good sinker, and if a team doesn't really hit sinker, he can just throw it over and over again. But I feel like our team covers all three fastball types and breaking balls as well. So I think it makes it challenging.
Major part of a win like this too is 6 scoreless innings from the bullpen. What can you say about the work that those guys did?
Fantastic. Obviously, we knew what we're up against going up against Cease, and to only give up 2 runs on the day is massive. It gives us a chance.
You hit it. Did you think it was going out with the wind blowing in and everything? And
I thought it should be, but you never know here.
Yeah. I mean, barely out, but it was out enough.
Yeah.
And you saw any good the other day? Were you like, all right, that's gotta be.
Nah. No, but I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just hoping it, honestly, it got down or something, and maybe it was a double, but I'm just happy it got out.
What are you thinking in that situation, just knowing your ability, pitcher, take us through your goal on the base pass?
I mean, he's just throws a lot of spin. I think open side running with the lefty up sometimes is a little scary, but just kind of banking on the spin numbers and taking advantage of that. Worst case scenario, say, is on second base, and I think that's kind of a testament to my trust in Michael and his ability to hit left-handed pitching too. And just on theme with the aggressiveness of that whole inning. I think that was an important send with Carson. They got to throw through there. So knowing that, I know I'm going to have to get to second base. And just trying to make something happen really, but just banking on spin.
What do you think when you cross home plate? I mean, you've had moments like that in a game like this.
I mean, I'm not really thinking anything. Glad that one was over, really. I mean, kind of a long homestand towards the end of it, and, it's supposed to be an off day. So I think just relieved that we got a W there. And pretty rare you see, down to your last strike, game-tying homer. So that was pretty sick in itself. And just really proud of how we played this homestand for sure.
Alex has had a lot of big moments in his career, but something like today, that's the kind of thing that you guys are not surprised to see from a guy that accomplished, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of video you could look up and go see what he's done in big games. My favorite one is probably his walk-off against Oakland some years ago. If you want to look that one up, go see what I'm talking about. But, that's who Alex Bregman is, man. He's shown people that he's built for those moments, but just showed people again that is where he belongs and where he thrives.
How do you respond to being the ultimate baseball weapon right now?
I mean, that's what I've been. That's what I've been wanting to add to my team and to the situation for the last few years. I feel like. I don't know. That's my style of play, but I guess we're all getting to see me do a little bit of everything more often now.
What can you say about this homestand, the stretch of games, like you mentioned? This is probably 17th straight. Just what you guys are doing, because it could be easy to not do what you guys have done against these teams, and this late in the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, this is the toughest 17 games probably besides any playoff baseball we play. But that's also something that we really look forward to. I think at the end of the tough part, I think it'll be nice to be able to reflect on how it went. But I think during all of it, you've seen so many guys step up. The bullpen has been, today, DP ended up really managing that start really well, and then Savali given 3 big innings was huge. Thort coming in, shutting it down. Thielbar, Caleb with a pretty sick bounce back day. He came up to me after that, and he was pretty fired up, and I think there's just been so much good. So 17 games straight it's baseball, and we're just gonna show up every day, and it's been a fun 17 game stretch for sure.
And the hitting, it's not always about the number of hits in the game. When you get them to have these moments in these games where you're getting the timely hitting, what is it about the offense right now that feels different than other times of the season?
I wouldn't say anything. We had a lot more, I feel like, clutch hitting earlier in the year, right, with walk-offs and all that. I don't think anything's different. I think we're just doing what we kind of been doing all year, really. What's that, number 11 walk-offs?
Yeah, I think so now.
That's a lot of walk-offs in a year. So that means a lot of timely hitting. So I wouldn't say that anything's different. I think people sometimes get consumed in like leaving runners on base, and they feel like that's the focus and that's all they can really remember. And I get it. Like, you want to see us execute every time, but I think when weighing those odds, I think we've been a pretty timely team this year. I'm proud of that for sure. We just stay in it, man. Like, it's one of the best closers, but that's one of the best arms in the league. And I mean, Seiya had a great at bat, and then obviously Breggy got the job done. So yeah, that's what we do. That's what we've been doing.
How hard is it to be get answers, be confident but not cocky? I mean, it seems like there's a fine line where, as a team player like you are, you always want to abide by that.
I don't know. I definitely think as I speak to y'all, because there's a bunch of cameras and lights and stuff, but at the same time, like, I am very confident in this team, and if I'm gonna be cocky, it's gonna be about everybody else and how, you know, how much I love talking about my teammates, because it's easy to, especially after a game like today. It's easy to highlight who did what, you know. But I see like I see being cocky in an 162 game year is getting way too far ahead of yourself, and we're gonna lose a few more games this year, and we're gonna win a few more too. So just being proud of the good moments like today, and letting people know that I'm proud of it. I think that's how I think of it for sure.
Those moments that we see you fired up, what's it like?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, big situation in the game. You want to get the job done, especially against a team that you played for a long time. A little redemption after Varsho took me deep the last time we played them. So a lot of emotions, and able to get the job done today. I mean, what a great team win, though. I mean, top to bottom, the boys came to play today.
What's it like as you're going through a game like that, where there aren't a lot of runs on the board? How does it evolve for you, basically, if you're not going to be a spot?
Yeah, I mean, you obviously don't want to press and try to do too much, but you want to execute at the end of the day, and I felt like I was able to do that for the most part. And, you know, Cars was great back there. Defense is our defense. So, you know, you have a lot of confidence taking the rubber and just do your job, and the guys behind will have your back.
Times that you've had previously, in the ninth, closing out, whatever, just like close ball games like that late, what does it do for you now as you keep going?
I mean, you want to take that momentum and build on it each time out. I mean, every game at this point is important. So, I mean, it's the same type of focus each game.
What can you say about the additions at the deadline with the pitching and the reinforcements that you got?
This is a team that's got the tools and the people in this locker room to make a serious run and do something special. So, I mean, I think every person in this locker room knows that. So it's time to take care of business.
What are you thinking when you're so fired up like that?
You kind of black out, to be honest. Like, I came in the dugout, my hands were just shaking, just so much adrenaline, but that's why you play the game. So